Most people think getting rich is one big leap. It's not. It's levels. And that matters because when people think wealth is one giant jump, they get discouraged fast. They look at someone who is already far ahead. Then they look at their own life and they think, I'm nowhere close. That mindset kills progress because wealth is usually not built in one dramatic move. It is built by clearing one level, then the next one, then the next one. In this video, I want to show you the 5 levels to getting rich this year. Not get rich overnight, not fake guru nonsense, real levels, practical levels. And the reason this matters is simple. If you know what level you are on, you stop doing random things. You start doing the right things for your stage. Because the biggest mistake people make with money is copying advice meant for a different level. A person drowning in debt should not focus like a millionaire. A person with no savings should not act like an aggressive investor. And someone with decent income but terrible habits is not fixed just because they earn more. Each level has a job. And if you skip the job, the next level gets shaky. So let's go level by level. Level 1, stop the financial bleeding. This is where a lot of people are. Not because they are lazy, because their money leaks faster than they realize. This level is not about getting rich yet. It is about stopping the damage. Because if money is flying out of your life through bad habits, debt, chaos, and mindless spending, nothing else works well. You can earn more. You can try investing. You can make plans. But if the bucket is full of holes, progress stays slow. So level 1 is about one thing: control, not perfection. Control. That means you need to know where your money is going. You need to spot the obvious leaks. Take out that became routine, subscriptions you barely use, impulse spending, convenience spending, bad debt habits, random swipes that feel small but stack fast. This is the level where you stop saying, I think I'm okay, and start saying, let me look at the numbers. That alone changes a lot because vague money stress keeps people stuck. Clear numbers give you something to work with. If your finances feel messy right now, level 1 is your mission. Do not worry about looking rich. Do not worry about advanced investing. Stop the bleeding first, because people do not build wealth on top of chaos. Level 2, create breathing room. Once the financial bleeding slows down, now you need margin. This level is massively underrated. People want exciting money moves, but breathing room is one of the most powerful financial upgrades you can create. Why? Because when you have no room, every problem feels bigger. A small expense feels like a crisis. A slow month feels like panic. An unexpected bill becomes debt. That is not a wealth building setup. That is survival mode. And survival mode makes people make bad decisions. So level 2 is about creating space between your income and your stress. This usually looks like building a starter emergency fund, cutting 1 or 2 heavy expenses, getting current on urgent bills, and making your month feel less fragile. This is where you stop living with your back against the wall. And once that starts happening, something important changes. You think better. You become less reactive. You stop needing every single month to go perfectly. That is huge. A lot of people think wealth starts when you invest. Sometimes it starts earlier than that. Sometimes it starts the moment life stops feeling like a monthly emergency. That is level 2, breathing room. And to be clear, breathing room is not luxury. It is stability. And stability gives you power. Level 3, increase your earning power. Now we are getting somewhere. Because once you have control and breathing room, income starts to matter more. This is where a lot of people need to wake up. You cannot cut your way to serious wealth forever. At some point, income has to rise. Yes, budgeting matters. Yes, discipline matters. But if your income stays flat for too long, your options stay smaller than they need to be. So level 3 is about becoming more valuable. That could mean getting better at your job, negotiating your income, switching industries, building a side income, selling a skill, starting something small, learning a higher value capability. The key thing here is this: do not only ask, how do I save more? Also ask, how do I become worth more? That question changes everything because rich people do not just manage money differently, they often create money differently. And this is where many people get stuck. They want higher income, but they keep repeating low value patterns. Same effort, same environment, same pay ceiling. That will not produce a different result. So, level three is where you stop only defending your money and start expanding it. That does not mean chasing 10 side hustles. It means making a serious move toward higher earning power because wealth gets easier when income grows, not automatically, but easier. And this level matters because more income used properly speeds up everything above it. Level four, turn surplus into assets. This is where people start looking richer in the right way, not because they bought more stuff, because they started buying assets. And this is the level where a lot of people mess up badly. They finally earn more, they finally have breathing room, and then they reward themselves into staying stuck. Better car, more lifestyle, more monthly commitments, more image, more pressure. That is the trap. Because level four is where surplus must stop becoming lifestyle inflation and start becoming ownership. This is where you invest. This is where you buy assets. This is where your money starts working while you are not working. That could be index funds, retirement accounts, a business, cash generating assets, eventually maybe real estate. But the point is bigger than the asset itself. The point is the shift. You stop spending all of your gains. You start converting gains into future producing machines. That is what rich people understand. A lot of people earn enough to build wealth. They just keep spending the surplus that should have become assets. And then they wonder why they still feel financially ordinary after years of decent income. This level is where the game changes. Because once you build assets, wealth stops depending only on your effort. Now your money has a second job. It starts producing. And that is when life starts feeling different. Level five, protect and multiply. This is the level people picture when they think about wealth. But most people do not reach it because they try to act like level five people while still failing levels one, two, three, and four. Level five is not just about making money, it is about keeping it, growing it, and not doing stupid things that destroy it. At this level, the question changes. You are no longer asking, how do I survive this month? You are asking things like, how do I protect what I built? How do I structure my money better? How do I lower risks without killing growth? How do I avoid lifestyle traps as my income rises? How do I make smarter long-term moves? This is the level of refinement. Allocation, protection, tax awareness, risk awareness, and cleaner decisions. Because getting money and keeping money are not the same skill. A lot of people touch higher income, fewer keep it, and even fewer turn it into lasting wealth. This level is where maturity matters, because once you have more, mistakes get more expensive. Bad investments get more expensive. Bad debt gets more expensive. Bad identity spending gets more expensive. Ego gets more expensive. So level five is where you become hard to break. Your money is working. Your systems are stronger. Your decisions are calmer. And you stop chasing every shiny thing. That is real wealth energy. Now, here is the important part. These levels are not just theory. You can use them right now. Ask yourself, which level am I actually on? Not the level I want to claim, the level I am really on. Because honesty here saves time. If your money is still leaking badly, you are on level one. If life still feels too fragile, you are on level two. If your income is too limited, you are on level 3. If you have surplus but keep spending it, you are on level 4. If you have assets and now need to protect and scale well, you are on level 5. That one question makes this whole video useful, because once you know your level, your next move gets clearer. And clarity is powerful. Now, let me make one thing very clear. You do not need to fully complete one level in a perfect way before touching the next one. This is not a video game with locked doors. Some overlap is normal. You might be increasing income while also building breathing room. You might be investing while still improving discipline. That is fine. The point is not perfection. The point is priority. What matters most right now? That is the level you attack first. And if you do that this year, you can make serious progress fast. Not because one video changed your life, because you stopped using scattered effort and started moving with structure. That is what most people are missing. Not desire, not motivation, structure. They are trying to solve level 4 problems with level 1 habits, or level 5 dreams with level 2 systems. That is why the progress feels slow. The levels are out of order. So here is the full breakdown again. Level 1, stop the financial bleeding. Level 2, create breathing room. Level 3, increase your earning power. Level 4, turn surplus into assets. Level 5, protect and multiply. That is the real path. Simple, not easy, but clear. And clear beats random every time. Here is the main takeaway. Getting rich this year does not mean becoming a millionaire by December. For most people, it means moving up one level, maybe 2. That is how real progress works. You get cleaner, stronger, less fragile, more valuable, more invested, more protected. And if you do that consistently, rich stops being a fantasy word. It starts becoming a direction, and then a system, and then a reality. Now watch the next video about whether real estate or investing in stocks will make you rich.